Welcome to episode 117.
Maddie.
I am David Chase.
Haley Francis.
The Dearly Beloved's podcast.
This is a better start than before, but this isn't the first time that that's happened. I was wondering why it was like dying on me. Like,
everything's working now?
Yes, it's
Okay.
on.
That's
We
good.
just had
It's
a
okay, we
whole
were
20.
warming
I
up.
know.
I was just going to say it was just a warm up.
This
Yeah.
isn't the first time this has happened is
You know,
what my issue is.
Things were feeling a little off, so now it's,
It was
it's all
good.
good now.
Take a little sip.
No, I've been drinking. That's the problem.
Yeah, I was just going to say, maybe that was the issue all along.
Dearly Beloved's podcast 117. I'm your host, David Chase, Haley Francis, and Madison.
Hello.
How are you guys doing?
I'm great.
It's great.
I'm having deja
It's
vu.
awesome creating some. It's great creating something from nothing, though.
Yeah.
Like
It
you
is.
get little hiccups here and there, but we could sit here for hours and just talk whatever. But like life, like I said previously, life is kicking my ass,
But that's the fun
and
with
we get
the
to come and express
podcast.
ourselves. Exactly.
It's just like a recorded conversation.
Yeah.
We love that.
I think this is really good for me. I'm not going to lie. The timing of it all.
Yeah.
I started talking to myself in my room the other day. I literally, you guys, I was like, I decided I needed to start journaling. And I told my friend, I said,
love
I'm
that.
afraid, because I used to journal a lot. I said, I'm afraid I'm going to, kind of like what I said, I feel like I'm going to say something stupid. I feel like I'm going to look back at my journal and be like, what are
Yeah,
you
who is
saying?
this?
Like,
Right.
what are you even writing down?
Right.
No.
And then I started talking to myself out loud in my room, and I said, out loud, I said, Madison, maybe this is good for you. Maybe you need to just start talking. Like,
Just talking out loud to yourself.
I've learned that for years.
Yeah.
For years, I've been like, I've seen something online where it's like the antidote to depression is expression. It's not joy. It's not happiness. It's expression. So many people are like reaching out for like happiness, whatever they think that is. And I think with the podcast the past 4 or 5 years, it's been like my release. And like you said about my grandmother does that. She's the journals and she's like,
Yeah.
you should write and stuff like that. And I'm like, I get that from the pod. You know what I mean?
no, yeah, I mean,
get
you're
to do it.
essentially doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
a
Even if
video
we
journal.
show up to the studio and waste 30 minutes just,
That's okay.
because I forgot to record. But like I said, that's not that's like a part of
You'll never
the
forget
process.
it. You'll
Yeah.
never forget 117.
It's a
Yeah.
part of the process. And then, I'm about to just start repeating myself at this point. This is like
no, we
the
just
fo-
got to move on.
Right.
Move on to the next topic.
This is like the third session, right, in the studio of doing video production and stuff like that, and it's just so super gratifying. And the reception has been so grand. You know what I mean? Just a couple hundred. I've said previously that like 20, like they're laughing because they heard me say this shit already. But 20 likes on Instagram might as well be like 20,000 likes to somebody like me that really doesn't come from the entertainment space.
When it's organic too, and it's like people that you know are actually engaging in your content, it's a lot different.
Right.
I think a lot of people
Imagine how it
would've
is.
tried to skip steps and pay for promotion. That
Imagine
dumb
how it is
stuff.
at the
Yeah.
nucleus, though. For me, like I tell you guys about the
Nucleus.
DMs, but I'm saying like people enjoy it and it's theirs to enjoy. I produce it for them to enjoy, but the outside part of it is stressful. People hitting you up, mad at you. People sensitive about what you've said. And I'm like, this is America, Like this is America. Like the freedom of speech is now for me at the top of my, like, when it comes to leadership in this country. It's like I think freedom of speech is very important,
It is.
and we have this blessing in this small part of the world to be able to say what we want to say.
Yeah.
Not without repercussion, but just the ability to say so, I think is important.
I feel like there's always going to be some repercussion.
Right.
Always.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
or bad.
From a man perspective, somebody will knock you in your mouth. Like, like you can't just say what you want to say. I think I'm responsible with my show, despite what other people say,
You're spreading awareness. You're bringing things to
No, I'm
light.
not. No. But people don't care about the small percent of creators that actually like, you got podcast problems, bro. Like nobody cares about your podcast problems. Everybody doesn't podcast. And it's even sexy to me to do something that other people aren't doing. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's dope, but I deal with my dealings and then I come on the pod and get my shit off. And then the people that stay tuned, it cares about them. It's a part of their world,
Yeah.
but the other people, it's not. You know what I mean?
Fuck them.
Yeah, honestly.
Haley is so like supportive. Like I'm so happy to have people like Haley in my life because like she's a part of the 1%. You're literally the 1% of people that I know that support me, and you get that support back.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, like if the people I care about don't know, I'm biased about you.
Right.
And I try not to expect that bias in return, right?
You're right. And I may not agree with everything that you
Exactly.
say, but it's like, I love you and I can support you regardless.
Respect. I love you too.
You're my
It's
friend.
Exactly. It goes back and forth. I'm going to close this door because they working on shit downstairs.
Right.
I looked over. I was like, was that me?
I know. I was like, am I fucking hearing shit? But turns out they're just
It's
buzzing
those
away.
headphones. What are they? They're called, what are the big Apple AirPods?
Max Pros.
Max Pros.
I've just bought my first pair.
Are those noise
They
canceling?
were $590.
Yeah, I know. They're expensive.
They were expensive as shit.
Was that another casino win purchase? Sorry, I'm being nosy. I
No,
won't
that's
get
like
into it.
no, that's like income purchase.
Okay, well, that's good.
This
You treated
chair right
yourself.
here, I'm gonna have a problem with this chair.
Do you want to switch?
No, we're good. It's straight. Haley Francis,
What's up?
I'm so happy you're here.
I know. I'm so happy.
When
to
I
be
make
here
the
too.
when I hit you, it's time, yo. I already did my press run. I already did I went on other pods and stuff like that.
I did.
You're
I'm like, we on
press
YouTube. We on YouTube now, baby. What's up? and it like I said, it
paid off.
was dope. But you're one of those like I go, how do I follow up the press run? Call Haley Francis.
How
Shit.
many? How many episodes has she been on?
I think this is my fourth.
3. Yeah. This
Okay.
might be the 4th. Yeah.
Yeah, because we did the one at my house about the 4
We
agreements.
did the one at Ashley's.
Ashley's, where I was practically blacked
That was
out.
incredible.
I know. I need to go back and re-listen
Shout
to
out
that.
to those guys.
And then the one here with
Montana
Taylor.
Free and Taylor and Brandon.
And then no.
I forgot a fucking adapter to my shit earlier today. That same day, that was 2 years ago. That was literally 2 years ago. Probably
Which
in
is
the
so
fall.
crazy. It was like in the fall or winter 2 years
Right.
ago. Because I remember it was like cold outside and it got dark
And
early.
it would my daily schedule. It was stacked. It was like 4 or 5 hours. Me, Free, Montana, me and Haley, then me, Brandon, and Taylor, and then them 3, Haley and Brandon and Taylor. Shout out to I'm gonna see them tomorrow. We're having a
nice.
St. Patty's Day celebration, and so shout out to them. So we did the last pod. I forgot my thing. Had to go to the gas station to get another one. Montana and Free were here like you guys are, like talking me down and trying to help me and support me. Free and Montana were here helping me and support me. Like, bro, we'll just go get another one, yada, yada. And it was just a clusterfuck. I hate that episode so much. I tell them.
I think my episode merged with Taylor and
Yes,
Brandon's because of
the
lag.
time
Yeah.
and the lag, because I forgot something and wasted that time. We only got 2 episodes done, and then that second episode was like Brandon, Taylor, Haley, me, and Montana. And there's parts in that audio episode where Montana's like, bro, read the room. That's how off I was. Like I was like, and I love Montana because like he's the guy that's supposed to do that. When I get Montana on, it's like the best of both worlds.
The best.
Yeah, that's my dog. Shout out to Monty. But yeah, enough about me.
Getting all shy and shit. Enough about me.
It's hard work, yo. It's hard work. I try to come on and be a personality.
And you are very
Thank
much
you.
so.
I feel like you're a personality, but like it's you. Like,
Right,
this
exactly.
This is
It's
you.
like- it's authentic.
It's just
You're
not a game.
No,
My
we're
subscribers, they know. They tune in every week for my bullshit. But what's up with your guys' bullshit?
My bullshit.
That's what I'm trying to get into. You guys got any bullshit on the floor?
What are we
Haley's
talking?
planning a wedding.
I'm
What
planning
kind
a
of
wedding.
bullshit?
And
Incredible.
It's exciting.
I
You'll be
wouldn't-
there.
I wouldn't.
I'll
call
be there,
her
but I
wedding
didn't get my.
bullshit.
No, my wedding is not bullshit.
I haven't got my invitation yet. You sent out invitations? Oh, okay,
No.
good. Because I thought for a second when I seen your Instagram post, I'm like, because my mailing address has changed.
I know you again because you told me like a couple
You
months
can
ago that it
Rosemary
changed.
is Rosemary the one I sent you?
I don't remember.
I
You
think
can
it
just
is.
send it to me because I'm trying to convince him to take me as his date.
Yeah,
He
but
wanted to try to tell me
I'm
no.
gonna be like solo. dolo
Why?
over there.
I won't.
You can go together,
It's
but
like a
both be
date,
solo
but like
dolo.
not a date.
The thing
Pat.
with dates and relationships with me is though, like I am like a man, and it's so not okay to be a man nowadays. I'm very
Why?
possessive about the people that I have in my life, especially romantically, and I don't want people to sign up for more than they can deal with.
I love you, but why can't I just
I
be
love
your
you
date
too,
to a
but-
wedding?
Yeah, why can't she just come? I'll be honest with you. I don't think there will be one single lady in the room other than like my grandmother.
No, I'm not going to your wedding. I'm not going to your wedding to meet women. Okay,
Okay, that's
going,
like,
I'm
why
going
am
to
I
your
trying
wedding
to be your date to
I'm going to
date you? She just
celebrate
wants to go have
your
fun.
love with your husband, and that's. But come on, I'll be like my
I'm
melancholy
done pushing
vibes.
it. It's okay. You can be melancholy.
Pushing it is cool. Like
You can be melancholy.
I get it. My lifestyle's different though. Could you imagine being with a trucker?
Do you think I'm confused?
Yeah, what's happening here?
Being at a
Is me asking to be your date to a wedding like a move? You think that I'm moving in?
Oh yeah, I always think people moving in on me. What?
Is that what you thought when I invited you
Patch, I've
to be
known
my
you for
date to
so
Charlotte's
long.
wedding?
No.
All right, so
No.
what's the difference?
That was amazing.
I want you to
That was
understand.
so-
Patch and I have known each other for how many years?
Long time.
Don't you
Over
think
10
if we were
years.
gonna ever date, that would have happened by now? I
Mm-mm.
mean, I know I was younger when I met you, but
Mm-mm. I'm very like I'm good with women, but women are unpredictable. I don't know how to like correlate with what you guys are saying to what I'm saying right now, but when it comes to
'Cause
like
it doesn't make sense.
yeah, it doesn't make sense. It's just like the signs can be different. The signs are off. Me and Haley have a very healthy platonic relationship. We're very like, and that's good.
speak on our relationship.
Same with
now.
but same with
No,
Maddie.
say it.
Same with Maddie too. But it's like
He comes with hesitation.
You think I'm secretly in love with you?
Maybe he's secretly in love with you.
Ooh, it's all
I'm
coming
not
out
in love.
now.
And love is scary to me.
I'm freshly
got
single. I'm not ready to date.
That's good.
So,
That's important.
Yeah.
and I'm also an honest woman. I'm not saying that and trying to slide in.
Please don't.
He's like, stay away from me, please.
I feel like a victim to females at sometimes though. Sometimes
you
the
play that,
the
Hatch.
girls that get their
Yeah,
way
what?
with me, bruh.
You let them.
Of course.
He's like, I
So-
kind of like it.
Then you're not a victim.
That's like your shtick. That's like your thing.
This is some girl pod shit. I love this. This is great for the channel.
I feel like it'll bring you a
this
new
is
wave of
fantastic.
audience.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. New demographic.
I'm gonna share it with all my girlies.
You already
No,
know?
that's real. But my thing is like the same way. Okay, this is very toxic. The same way that like
Let's
my
get into
audience, people say creatives say you have to like hone in on your audience and serve them what they want. I don't believe in that. I believe in coming and being authentic.
serve
and, like,
anything.
Right, but same with women
Yeah.
romantically. It's like women come into your life and they want to mold you to what they want you to be. You're not dating your girls.
Not every woman does that, but the ones that you attract.
Exactly.
Are the ones that you happen to end up
the
with.
girls that as a man, you're not going up against your woman. You're going against her idea of you. Does that make sense?
To an extent.
I've said
I mean,
this on the
don't
show
you think
previously.
that the two should kind of be one and the same?
No, I
Yeah.
think it's more the latter than I think. From my personal experience, I feel like I was always fighting a better version of myself because my girl held me in this high regard, and I was just a flawed individual.
I think
a
that's
flawed
how
individual.
my ex would
Yeah.
say he feels right now. I won't
Yep.
lie. I mean, I always told him you're an amazing boyfriend, but there were definitely things that I felt like he lacked in.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
But I
communicate those
expressed
things?
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
I did.
Yeah.
But I'm a very I mean, yes, there were times where it came out a little bit emotional because I held it in for a little too long. But
Yeah.
I pride myself on talking about my feelings
Mm-hmm.
because they won't go away.
You're
They will
right.
stay in my head, and then that will become a bigger problem.
Exactly.
Are they real though? Great job, Madison. That was amazing.
Thank you. I think my hair might have gotten in the lens. for a
No, it's
second.
okay. It's good. It's good.
Cool.
But no, we're just talking about rationality, actual foot on the ground, realness versus feeling. I'm aware of what my delusion is. I have real delulu. You know, I have real delusion.
This really is a girly podcast.
Yeah, hell yeah, girl pod, dead ass. But it's like I'm aware of what my delusion is. My delusion isn't real. It's not fact. When I say feelings aren't real, I'm literally meaning that those are your feelings. That's not the overlining end all be all. You know.
I guess I can see what you're saying in that sense.
That comes from a male leadership perspective. I'm really close with my dad. I talk to my dad all the time. I talk to my stepdad. I bring them things that I'm dealing with, and sometimes we chop it up as, you know, don't worry about it. It's not even a thing. I talk to my boys on road. Shout out to them. It's like I'll be the one to be like, that's not real. What she said wasn't real. Just take care of business. As long as you take care of business, you're doing your part. Let everybody else have their feelings.
I think the word real is what's throwing me
Yeah.
off.
That's a tough way to articulate
what you're saying.
it.
I understand your perspective.
And also I'm nice. So like I can
I think it's that thing where girls are like, I want my feelings validated. And when someone's like, oh, that's not real, it's like, okay, what?
I feel that way.
Yeah, exactly.
But while I'm validating your feelings, I also have to not get lost in that tornado of being responsible for your feelings. That's probably a better way of saying it. You're responsible for your feelings. I'm responsible for mine.
Right. And that's where conversations are important to have, because, you know, you may have done something to upset this person, and then they come to you and express that. And just because they feel that way because of something you did doesn't discredit the way that they feel.
Right. There are professions for this, you know.
Therapy?
Yeah. Go get stop putting your problems on me and go get help. I'll pay for it.
You said I'll pay for it.
It's like literally.
Actually, Hatch, I do want a date.
Oh my God. That comes
Free
from
therapy.
You ever seen the meme where it's like, girl, do whatever you want to me. I lost the love of my life 3 girls ago. You ever seen that on social media?
I have not seen that.
It's funny. And I'm sure that's not on your algorithm, but it's definitely on mine.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it's definitely not.
It's like it's crazy being like I said, being responsible for what you want to do compared to what you have to do.
Yeah.
Especially when you're responsible for people. I run away from responsibility. I'm only responsible for my cousin, my siblings, my sister and my brother. Those are the only people. Even my parents and grandparents, figure it out. Y'all have had a 24-year head start on us. Like, we can't stop what we're doing for your problems.
Right.
That's the whole Christmas Thanksgiving argument. It's like, you didn't come. I've had that so much work in the road the past 2 years. You didn't come to Christmas, and I'm like, bruh. I'm like, I have responsibilities.
At least you're on the road. How do you think that they feel when I tell them, oh, I can't come to Christmas dinner, I'm selling weed?
And you're down the street, yeah, right. That's
open 365 days a year.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
That's insane. But you have your responsibilities too. It just bothers me when people expect them out of me. Like somebody, like you'll put somebody in a position to let you down because you're expecting them to react to things how you would.
Yeah.
Well,
and then people show up and it's like, I would never expect this person to understand where I'm coming from. That person's not me.
Right. And that's why you, like we were talking about earlier, you have to keep your expectations to a very low minimum.
Yeah.
Or else you'll be disappointed.
Low.
I expect not the worst, because that sounds really like morbid, but I don't expect shit from anybody.
Yeah.
But in the information age and the cell phones and everybody's so accessible to people, it was only 2 years ago where I got really active on the phone, calling people, stuff like that, you know? And then people understood that they had access to me, and then it ruined relationships that I had because people felt obligated to hear from me all the time. And I still don't operate like that. You know what I mean? Like I you know, anything can be going on. You don't just have access to me. I've heard a lot of celebrities talk about that too. Like where it's like, I don't do the social media. I don't even have a phone. You're not obligated to my presence. And it's ruined a lot of relationships that I've had. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't like that. But if you feel obligated to me, I need to distance myself even more.
But also people need to have some respect of your privacy.
Yeah.
If you, like, you know, It's like I've heard people say, like, just because you text me doesn't mean I need to answer you right away. Just because I read your text, it's like I don't need to respond.
Exactly.
If I'm not in the mood to talk to you or to have a conversation in general, I'm going to mark that message as unread because I'll come back to it later. And I'm just going to chill and do me or do whatever I'm doing.
That's
I'm not going
very
to drop
tech savvy of you.
There's a reason I
To
don't have my
reverse
read
it as
receipts
unread.
on.
Well, I don't have my read receipts on. I'm just saying, like, I'll mark the message as unread so it like shows up still that I have a message,
So that
I
you don't forget
about
about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. That's smart.
Yeah, because I will forget.
My stoner mind needs that. I need to do that.
Just gotta swipe it, I think, to the
I know what
right
you're
or
talking
the
about.
left.
I've seen it. I've just never done it.
Yeah.
How's your guys' relationship to what you want to do compared to what you have to do?
In terms of
Anything.
Life. I don't want to do shit, bro.
What happened to the fridge that was in here? There was a fridge that was in here and it's gone. I'm tripping. I went to turn around and find a beer.
oh well,
And
I don't know.
I
Maybe they
couldn't
moved
find
it.
I think they must have moved it.
I should have brought some.
Yeah,
And
like
I was gonna bring something and I forgot.
Yeah, me too.
there's a liquor store around the corner. We got
Well, we can get a little bit more pod through.
yeah, definitely. That's
This
smart.
is very not me.
Executive.
What's your drink of
Straight
choice?
J-Mo.
Yeah, that's not my. That's not my shit.
Right there, yo.
You took it like a champ.
I tried.
But-
I prefer wine or like mixed drinks.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a shots of tequila girl. I do like wine though. I
yeah.
drink wine often.
Yeah.
What you want to do compared to what you have to do.
Sorry.
No, you're good. That's great. That's the beauty of podding right there.
What I want to do versus what I have
For
to
me,
do?
for instance, I have these dreams. I want to own my equipment at work. I want to buy a truck one day. I want to be more financially literate. I want to I don't know about buying a house, but I literally don't even live in Michigan right now. Like I live on road. Like I live out of my truck, and it's awesome. It sucks that it's awesome because I'm least incentivized to do the things that I have to do. What you have to do compared to what you want.
Yeah.
What do you have to do?
That's a great
Because you
question.
just talked about what you want to
It's
do.
a
I
great
feel like
fucking
the things
question.
you want to do sound like
You're
things
doing
that
them
are
already.
required by things you have to do.
Right, like a societal standpoint.
Yeah, like the
Is
things that you're
what
talking about
referring
wanting to do sound productive and
Yeah.
That's a great
Good.
point, but it's productive based on society's standpoint of productivity. I'm okay with the judgment, obviously. Like I don't care what other people think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it kind of contradicts that like, you know, what other people think you should be doing compared to what you think you should be doing. And it's so crazy. Life
Get
is
back to me
fucking
on what
me
you
up.
have
Yo,
to
life
do.
is kicking
Right.
my ass. Look, I'll be 32 this summer. If in 35, if I'm still living the way I'm living, which is a rarity, but y'all supposed to check me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all supposed to check me and be like, "Hey, you've been doing this shit for like 5 years, bro. You need to
Switch shit up.
yeah, you need to switch it up." And then like I have people in my life, example in my life, like my father's like 56, 57. He just had a birthday. Shout out to my guy.
happy birthday.
But
Okay.
when we talk, that was amazing how you guys said that. When we talk, he talks about how much he's still learning. How much he's still learning
Oh yeah.
at 56, 57.
That's good for him. My
And then
dad
when
is-
I hear that, I'm like, oh wow, that's crazy. That's crazy.
He's tapped out.
he's 75, so he's a little bit older.
Did you throw that other
Aw.
battery in the charger? Doc?
Yes.
My girl, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't even gotta question me.
When I hear stuff like that, it makes me question my own growth and development, right? You know, I don't know. I a lot of my OGs, the men in my life that I grew up with and loved and idolized, I really you know, when you're a kid, you can tell when people are being silent about issues that they care about and want to express, but they do it for a reason. And I think that the culture of like adulting is kind of not just going with the flow and not bringing stuff up. And I think that if I was to ever settle down and have kids and stuff like that and have a wife, it would be hard for me to be successful at doing that because I'm just so honest. I think honesty is like, especially now, is tough to deal with.
But I think that it's important to be honest, especially with your kids once they get to a certain age and kind of understand, because
What age?
So I know someone who has, I think, a 5-year-old and maybe a 13 and 15-year-old, something around there.
Right.
And she tells me how honest her and her husband are with their kids when it comes to like finances and responsibility and like things like that. And it helps them understand different things going on in their household. Like,
do you think you had transparency like that 20 years ago?
I don't think so.
Me neither.
Maybe
I didn't.
Yeah, no.
I think I would be in a different position.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
No, because when I think about it, like
a better position.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would have been more privy to all the things I was gonna have to deal with.
Yeah, that's so true. Because I mean, just like random example, I remember asking my mom. We lived in Royal Oak, and I'm like, I want to go to Somerset, and she's like, I don't want to drive that far. But in reality, she didn't want to take us.
That's 6 miles, by the way.
It's not that far.
Yeah, 6 miles.
Right, yeah. Right on
like, down
75.
the road.
Literally.
Logistically, I'm like, that's a 15-minute drive.
We were right
but
off,
you didn't know when you were a kid.
Exactly. Well, and in my mind, I'm like, it's not that far. But thinking back on it, I'm like, she didn't want to take us, so we were tempted by all of this,
capitalism.
Yeah, exactly. Because we couldn't afford that shit.
Shout out to your mother. How's she?
She actually said hi. I called her when I was on my way here, and she's like, I know him. Tell him I said hi.
I love Haley's mom.
That's so cute.
I love her.
She's adorable.
Adorable. I had a conversation with my boy Montana last week, a family friend of the pod.
He has kids, right?
Yes. He said, I go to him to all my problems. We talk on the road about all our problems. And he said he brings my issues to the dinner table with the kids.
Damn.
Your issues.
And I said, brother, I love that shit. I want to know. Feel free. I didn't even give him. I didn't give permission or consent at all. And I said, bro, in all three of them have different point of views.
Mm-hmm. The kids?
Yes, they would be like, I would handle it how Hatchet handled it, or some of them will be like, I would have did it the opposite.
How
and
old
I'm
are
like,
they?
bro,
That's what I was gonna ask.
Middle school,
all of them.
Middle school, elementary school. I don't know. My nieces and
Pop
nephews.
them out one after the other.
My nieces and nephews, they know who they are. They'll watch this 10 years from now, and it's like, I was like, bro, that is fucking amazing. It makes it worth it. It makes it worth expressing yourself about it because people get to learn from it. And no, we didn't have that transparency 25 years ago. I remember being in the city on the east side of Detroit with my dad doing dinner. And like, we didn't talk about shit, I feel like.
Right.
But we had dinner. That's almost that. Culturally, just having dinner is a big deal, despite what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But if you can have it, their situation is just so amazing. And I love pulling up on them and like experiencing it firsthand, it's beautiful. And just the transparency in the kids. The kids are on TikTok and they're playing video games and they don't even understand adult problems. But they should.
To be young and
that would be nice.
blissfully unaware.
Yep.
Young and free. Me and my dad also talked about keeping the peace. We talked about that. A lot of that silence and not bringing up tough conversations and stuff like that, especially in the household, is to keep the peace. But it's a contradiction because you're not at peace if you don't express it. That's my man. Shout out to my pops, yo. That's my man. I'm trying to get him on the pod. I think in 8 months. Listen, guys. I'm gonna give you guys a hint in my crazy madness mind on some podcast shit. In 6 months, my shit's gonna look like Rogan. In 6 months, it'll be one-on-ones and it'll be 3 cameras. And then it'll like jump from camera to camera.
That's dope.
That shit is going to be crazy. And I talked to my dad on his birthday. I said, when you come back on the pod, he was like, what are we going to talk about? Because, he's scared. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I'll be like, bro, whatever. We can talk about rainbows and anthills, bro. Like, people are going to love it. That's my crazy.
I feel like father-son would be an episode to remember.
Yeah.
I've done it with my grandmother, Elena, shout out to my baby, and my dad already audio only.
Okay.
First, second year on this show. Remember when I was in the airport? I was flying back from New York City and I was like, we cried and everything. Remember I told you that? We had that FaceTime. That was about 3 years ago.
Aw.
And yeah, that's my girl. But
That's cute.
me and her we be beefing all the time. We
and your
beefed last
grandma?
week. After that after that Grand Theft Auto. Oh, I didn't even talk about the Grand
Oh
Theft Auto
shit!
this
Time
episode.
to repeat it.
Tell the story.
Yeah.
So I was driving on I-90 from Buffalo to Boston, and I seen a cop come in with a car in front of it on the left lane, and I got over. They were probably doing like 100 plus, right? Like this person was doing a straight Grand Theft Auto, just trying to run away from the cops. And I was FaceTiming my mom. I said, "Mom, oh shit, it's going down right now." That never happens, right? I've never seen that in 9 years of driving. So I seen him hit a pedestrian. I seen him continue down
That's
the road.
so crazy to me.
10, 15 miles later, they probably like T-boned him into the left, like overpass.
Median.
Yeah, median. It was a white woman with a scarf on.
The scarf is
And I said,
important.
I know.
That's what I said as I'm like, oh, I can't wait to bring this up on the pod, right?
About like what like age?
She probably had fucking weapons of mass destruction in that little ass
I feel
car.
like she was
had.
either extremely old or like middle-aged.
Yeah.
Middle-aged.
Okay.
And times are hard, but I never thought I would
Not
see
that
a
hard.
white woman getting arrested.
Right. Not that hard.
I never thought I'd see a white woman getting arrested for Grand Theft Auto on I-90.
Well, let's not forget she hit somebody,
Yeah.
a human.
It's not even about
Hope
that's
they're all right.
the crime after the fact. She wouldn't stop for a reason. There's a reason she didn't want to stop. There's
It's
a reason.
all crime. The whole thing was
Yeah.
crime.
How are you not traumatized from seeing a human get hit by a
I see
car?
terrible shit all the time.
No, I would be messed up.
I would be so fucked up.
My
I was
whole life
distraught
is-
when I
my
saw
whole
a
life is
bunny get
trauma.
hit.
Oh,
So-
I hit 2 raccoons one time, and it was horrible.
Ooh.
I was on my way home from girl.
Why were the raccoons holding hands trying to
No,
avoid
they
your car?
weren't. No, we were
Two
on
of
our,
them at the same time.
They're
It's
like,
great.
come on, we gotta go.
we were on our way home from Cedar Point, and I was driving Charlotte's car, and 2 of the girlfriends were in the back.
Shout out to
and-
Cedar Point. Shout out to Charlotte.
Yes. So I'm driving. It's there's always fucking construction. Sorry, I know I'm not supposed to
No,
swear.
it's fine. It's fine.
According to the
Vows.
podcast
The vows.
DBP
yeah.
rules and regulations.
So I'm driving and it's dark. We left Cedar Point late and there's all these cones and like obstructions for the construction.
on 75.
Whatever. I don't know if it was 75
Or
yet. We were.
I-80. It was
Is
either
that-
75 or I-80.
Probably I-80
Yeah.
because it was like
the road man over here.
right.
Yeah,
Exactly. He knows
logistics.
everything. So yeah, we weren't too far away. We were still in Ohio. So I'm driving and I'm in the right lane and I see them and it's too late. I can't stop. I'm going like 70 miles an hour. I see 2 of them and they're just coming up the road. And I'm like, oh no. And then it's like boom, 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 twice. And I was like, oh my God, I totally just hit those raccoons. And
with both tires. It's
yeah,
crazy.
and Charlotte's like, oh fuck, I hope my car's okay. And then the girl in the back seat, she's like, you didn't hit them, they're fine. And I'm like,
She was like, it was just the
So
bum.
optimistic.
yeah. And I'm like, did you not just fucking hear what happened? I felt terrible.
I feel like that's undeniable, and I'm sorry that you had
Thank
to
you.
go
I see
through that.
I
foxes.
felt so bad.
I
I
see-
would have too.
I see deer, foxes, dogs, cats all the time.
Mm-mm,
It's so sad.
mm-mm.
How are the cats?
They're so good. Well,
I know
actually,
you and your cats, yo.
I'm gonna need everyone to say a prayer for them
Okay,
because
respect. DBP militia, come together and pray for the cats.
one just got diagnosed with IBD,
Good God.
inflammatory bowel disease, and then
Mhm.
the other one just got diagnosed with chronic kidney disease.
Good
both
God.
both common diseases for cats to have, and they're
Mhm.
older. One is 13
Mhm.
or 14. No. Yeah, he's 14, and then my other one is 16. So they're older cats, but
Yeah.
they're very well taken care of. Oh.
No, you're good. We hear you. But I'm just
Sorry.
saying. Pet peeve. We're praying for the cats.
Thank you.
I could only imagine
my
my
babies.
emotional bandwidth couldn't deal with pets. I could have a pet on the road with me right now.
Oh.
Would never. What?
I would. If I was you, there'd be a
No way.
little lap dog with me
Oh,
or
for
something.
sure.
No way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I see all those videos online of like truck drivers and like their little cats or their little dog. And I'm just
Insane.
Come on,
like,
Hatch.
that's so cute.
Insane. That's insane.
It's like your test run for a baby.
That's insane.
Aw.
I live filthy already.
Yeah.
Imagine having a cat defecating on itself in my truck.
You get a litter box.
No, that's where my those are where my
No.
golf clubs go.
You said I live dirty.
I'm a filthy individual, yo. I swear to God.
Oh, Lord.
My life is rough. On that road, they know what I'm talking about. The truckers watching this, they know what I'm talking about. The road be rough, yo.
Yeah, I can't imagine being on the road as much
I
as
told you
are.
years ago, go get your CDL. We'll get you right.
I'm
He said the
so
same thing to
good.
me. I was like, in what world do you see me driving
Right.
these huge trucks?
I'm like,
I'm going to break something.
yeah, there would be a horrible accident somewhere if I
Yeah.
got behind the wheel of a semi truck.
Oh,
It'd be like semi flipped over by young female driver.
Yeah. I would probably be the one hitting pedestrians.
God forbid.
God forbid. Yeah.
I gotta get my finances together. I got a Caesars Rewards Visa credit
Oh,
card.
good Lord.
Yeah, it's lit.
Can I
Where
tell
we
you?
going?
Right. I'm like,
I got family reunion in August. My boy Shaner's wedding in November.
You need a date?
you're forgetting my wedding in the midst of all of this.
Haley's wedding is before that. I wanted to go down to Austin for my birthday in June. I gotta get my shit right before all these expenses coming up.
You
Yeah.
got this.
I gotta buy
believe
me a
in you.
new suit for Haley's wedding.
A new suit?
Yeah, I'm gonna buy something crazy. I'm gonna
If
show
I
out.
was your date, I would chip in.
No, what? Chip it?
You just
Chip
said
in?
something
No
nice. I
way.
don't know. I don't got it like that.
No
Right.
way, chip. I wouldn't need nobody chip.
What are you
in.
thinking? Like as crazy as what you wore to Charlotte's, or like
Was that crazy?
in a good way?
Okay.
What did he wear?
That fit was crazy. You didn't see them pictures?
Was that crazy?
probably
that
did.
shit was
That
crazy.
fit was nuts. That fit was hard. I just passed that place earlier this morning.
Shepherd's Hollow?
It's a little tuxedo. No.
Oh, the place
where
you
I
got
got
it
the
from?
suit from. 8 Mile and Grass shit. I got that shit in the hood.
It was nice.
That's where I
work.
No
Oh,
Where
there you
work
go.
at?
I work on grass shit.
I did not know that, yo. In Roseville?
No, I'm in Detroit.
Oh my God, you work in the
Eating grass
slums.
shit,
That's
though.
where I grew up.
Remember, I told you I lived.
My
on,
dad was a cop over there
I
for
lived
20
on
years.
Edmore. Don't you remember? I lived on Edmore with my
I do
ex.
not
We talked
remember
about
that.
this.
I live on Eastburn.
You
over
were
there.
like, I literally went to school near your house.
Yeah.
And I was
Oh
like,
my
oh.
God.
And I was like, yeah, I hear
nuts.
gunshots every night.
Oh my God.
I had to retire that fit from that wedding, from Charlotte's wedding,
Why is that?
because you got to get
outgrew
rid
it?
of them.
Oh.
No, you just got to get rid of them.
You don't want to wear
You
it
'em
too
once or
often.
twice.
Yeah. Okay, I see you.
I wanted to give it to my brother, but he didn't want it.
Get
I
rid
said,
of
bro,
it.
you crazy, bro.
It was
That shit
nice.
was
I liked
fire.
it. Did
That
you
was such a
did
great
you see?
time.
Where do I find the photo?
I'll send it to you.
It was like a red.
ASAP.
The black and red
jacket.
rose. That was
Yeah.
amazing. That's where I met Haley's mom.
That was the
She's so
first time you
cute.
met her?
Hell yeah.
Aw.
She's so cute.
That is cute.
It was so dope. We got fucked up that night. That shit was crazy.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. It was fun. I had a great time.
I'm trying to gear up for the rest of this year. I wish I had something like earlier this year to focus on financially to like
Get
get
your
my
shit right.
discipline right. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Right now it's just poker rooms and
That
paying
is
off these credit
predatory.
cards. It's the best. I'm the predator.
It's the best.
It's predatory
Like,
because I'm the predator. I'll
they-
be in the poker room going crazy.
I could never gamble.
I can't
Girl,
say that I
you
haven't.
could if you
I
want
play
to.
some slots. on my phone.
I have. I've like been to the casino and like done the penny slots, but
Which casino?
I don't know.
Oh,
I was
I don't know.
I was probably not sober.
I come from a big
Right.
gambling family.
it'd be like
Oh really?
that.
Yes, very big.
How's the fiance?
He's good.
Tell him we say hey.
Yeah, I will.
We
My fiance.
I can't. It's just like, man, time is just going, right?
It is
Life
crazy.
is life and so hard these days. And the years just go by so fast.
Oh my God, I know.
I didn't do
They fly.
nothing last year.
I don't want
Absolutely
to think
anything
about
productive.
it. Yeah, nothing that I like thought I had to or wanted to get
Right.
done.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why I said this year. It's the year.
Okay, we can talk could have been love now.
Oh, I
boy.
didn't watch.
We should have
Any
like
of it.
Sorry.
you watched the
It's
first
okay.
3 episodes? I think it's like 4. You didn't watch any of
I
it?
didn't watch any of it.
Oh, you're tripping. baby.
Honestly, probably if it's not something that you were like, yeah, I'm gonna watch that. It's probably not your speed.
So I planned on watching it, but I just never got around to it.
It's a
It's
I
great
just
very
would like
funny.
kind of forget
It's
about it.
very
I love
entertaining.
Drewski and I
Yeah.
love like dating shows.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would like it, but I kind
It's
of
amazing. It's a
shit
straight
the bed
up
on that one.
ratchet. It's the
It's
most
okay.
ratchet dating show you've ever seen. The characters are like diabolical. Like the girls
Is
in the
it?
house.
I
are
like how we can
insane.
call them characters because they're really on there because they have these out there personas that they're either putting on.
He keeps keeping the girls that are the craziest.
So I wanted to ask,
right.
is it fictional or are they okay? So it is kind of, is it like
the prize is $50,000?
Okay.
Yeah, they're on there to win money.
The prize is $50,000 in Drewski's love.
I think in the actual timeline of things too, I don't think they're there for longer than a week and a half.
Oh no! It's been 5 days. They reference it 4 weeks into the show. We've been watching for 4 weeks, and they're like, "It's only the 4th day," and
it's like the 3rd or 4th episode. Yeah.
Oh my god!
And I was watching. Could Have Been Records last night after I was watching Could Have Been Love, and I saw Bambi on the Memphis episode of Could Have Been Records. Yeah. And Bambi's a character on Could Have Been Love that he keeps giving a flower to after every episode, and she's the most
she's the one in the boat, right?
Yes. Oh my god, she's disgusting.
I'm sorry, she's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I want to look. Well, will you look her up?
She's
or
ratchet, yo.
I do have.
I'm sure it'll pop up as soon as I go and look for something. I swear. I just watched a clip of their date in the boat.
Man, I watched the whole thing yesterday. It was
sitting
gross.
there tooting.
Yeah, she was farting.
And he left her in this boat. He said, you disgusting bitch. He literally left out. He pulled off in this Hummer and he skirted out of there.
And then he gave her a rose at the end of the night. Because she's still going to the finale week.
I gotta find this shit.
Just to give you an idea of how unserious it is, there's this running thing with Drewski that he's into studs. Why is almost half of the women on here, they're studs? All of them.
Wait, what is that?
A stud.
They like women.
A stud
They're
is a manly woman.
That's what I thought, but I didn't want to misunderstand.
No, that's exactly what it is.
Oh,
and he the whole time
Bambi.
He's leaning. He's leaning on this concept of you better act like I want your masculine energy. He's dating them saying
Queen.
Queen. He's dating them for their masculinity as well.
He's like, I like the thing about a stud because, we can share clothes and shit. Bro, what are you talking about? And some of these girls that are on there, they're skinny. They're toothpick thin. I'm like, Drewski, please.
There's been girls that dressed up as a stud one day and then the next day they got a dress on and they got their hair done and stuff. And with all their tattoos and stuff like that. It's like, damn, she looked good. She looked real good.
They're like
mad versatile.
They're good at. They're all self-deprecating. Honestly, they
it's
play to their flaws and they play to the things that people are gonna make fun of.
Yeah.
That girl
makes for great YouTube content.
Yeah, Meatball, the other girl Meatball, she's like going viral on TikTok.
I know, she's getting the most out of this collaboration. She's branded herself.
I hate Meatball. He was like, why is she popping up all over your TikTok? I was like, I don't know, bro. She's funny.
Is that Queen of Philly?
I think so.
Oh my. Yep. No, wait. No, that's not her.
That's not her?
Let me see.
Hell no.
Oh, she only has 115 followers.
Not her.
That was a random Philly girl on a 4-wheeler.
I was like, that looks like some shit she would be doing right now.
But Caleb Presley hosts it, and he's hilarious. You know Caleb Presley from Barstool? Caleb Presley with the long hair. He did those awkward interviews. He did an interview with Drake and Adonis, where Drake's like, Caleb asked him, he's like, what do you bet on? And then Drake goes, fatherhood or something. He said fatherhood.
There was another one that they did with Kodak Black that went viral, and it's this clip of Kodak Black just like repeating his lyrics in a creepy way. Oh. Or like there was one with Yachty. They did a funny one with Yachty that went viral.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You should watch them. They're pretty funny.
Okay.
There's a girl on there, Switcheroo. She's like the prettiest. She's like a black, small, petite, but he called her Switcheroo because she switches from masculine to feminine. And for all I can remember, she's been super feminine on the show. And he kissed her on a date one time. And then she bragged to all the girls about it. And the girls like want to fight her about it. And
my God.
They went to the club after the first episode and he picked up a random girl with like a crazy BBL. She's like Lebanese. And she's got this big fat ass booty.
Very unrealistic.
It's crazy.
Insane.
And
that's
so
scary.
all the girls hate her because he just picked her up at the club and he named her Bae.
Oh my God.
It's incredible.
And just brought her back to be on the show.
There's a little person girl. Her name's Nugget. And then they had Dr. Umar on.
He gave them all their names.
Yeah. It's like Flavor of Love. Like
okay.
It's like tequila.
Tila Tequila.
Tequila, Flavor of Love, or the rock one.
Yeah.
And the girl, the little person girl, Drewski will pick her up and put her on his lap.
Dude, in the intro when he did that, and then he has a little person server.
Yeah, he has a little person server, and they be flirting and shit.
They're just staring. He's just staring at her sitting on Drewski's lap, like.
So he puts her on the lap, and Dr. Umar's there. He's like, why do you want to be, even with the white girls, he's like, why do you want to be with a black king? And like, Dr. Umar, right? He's like, snow bunnies, no. You know what I mean? He's like, if it ain't, he's like so kind of racial about it, the dating. And the little person girl, her name's Nugget, and Dr. Umar goes, how many kids you got? She's like, I got 3 kids. And then he's like, how many baby daddies? She's like, 2 baby daddies. And then Drewski goes, ain't nobody told me she had 3 kids and 2 baby daddies.
He's just so funny.
He is hilarious.
They had Young M.A. on there. Like the king of studs, right?
Yeah, they call it. Is that what it is? King of studs.
And
right?
then all the studs would pull up, like they would have their one-on-ones, and she'd be like, so what are you here for? She's like, are you here for the $50,000? Are you here for Drewski? What are you here for?
They'd be like,
and then the studs would be like, I want Young M.A. What you talking
yeah,
about?
They're like, oh, I think that's who. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah,
they're walking up, and then they get all nervous.
It's so funny, yo.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch.
Bobby Altoff was on. I don't like Bobby.
I'm
not a Bobby fan.
That bitch is kind of weird.
I have never been a Bobby fan. I've kind of been.
She left her husband and everything.
Yeah.
She like ever since she started creating content, it's been like, what?
Well, it was like after that interview with Drake.
Yeah,
she left her husband and her kids.
Got to.
Although that one clip
ran into
how
Aubrey
would you
ass.
feel if your wife did a podcast?
My wife
in bed
would not
with
be
Drake?
doing no podcast with
fucked.
Drake.
In the
Unless
bed.
I was
they
there.
were sitting in a bed.
That
I would
shit's
sit
weird.
right in the middle of the bed. And
I mean, like I get the point of it, right? But
right. The one funny clip that she did have though was with
Bobby.
with that one female rapper. I don't know her name, and she was like, "So you're a musician?"
Oh yes,
was it Suki?
Suzuki? Yeah, Suki.
Yeah, and she's like, I forget what her response was, and she
thought she was saying magician, and they were going back and forth, and she was like, "No, a musician," and she was like, "I'm not a musician, I'm an artist."
No, she said ain't nobody doing magic.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, she was so pissed.
Doing magic. She said, you got me all the way fucked up. I don't do magic.
I thought it was so funny when Ari was telling her she didn't know how to season chicken too. That was pretty funny.
And the crazy thing about the show is, like, from a production standpoint and like a business standpoint, they pitch that show to like networks and they put it down, and then whenever that happens, they just go right to YouTube.
Yeah,
that shit is doing numbers, bro. Mm-hmm. People are dying to see that shit every week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and there's advertisements like. Mm-hmm. I'm like, dog, this content shit is crazy.
You need a sponsor.
No, I don't. I don't want to. I really don't.
I thought you wanted to blow up.
I don't. No. Listen, this is my theory.
Contradiction.
It is a contradiction.
He wants that.
I do this for the love of it. I do it because I love it. It's awesome. The minute you get sponsorships and all that and your shit blows up crazy, it's not yours anymore.
What if you got sponsored by something that you love and believe in, like the casino?
Or like your favorite golf brand.
And then I would be a part of the problem.
Well,
the kids would be like, "Oh, Hatch fucking does live sports bets."
I mean, I know you're doing it for the love of it, right?
Fuck that, man.
But don't you want other people to be like, he did it for the love of it and blew up? I want to do it for the love of it and blow up.
Yeah.
I'd be setting them up for disaster. Motherfuckers would be chasing a goddamn. It'd be like the Matador effect. You should not be doing this. We shouldn't be doing this. The only reason we're doing this is because I want to do it.
I want to be here.
I know. I want to be here too. I'm enjoying myself.
But I respect.
I want to blow up.
I respect that.
I'm like, make me famous.
The only reason I'm capable of doing this is because I have a career. Literally.
Like, this isn't your bread and butter.
Exactly. But because of that, I get to do it how I want to do it, and I get to publish what I want to publish. I'm afraid of manipulation and compromising.
I think that when these things come and maybe you revisit this later and you are looking at sponsorships and stuff, there's ways to set up those relationships where
I believe in
your
growth.
Stuff remains
I believe in growth. But you know how many things I got to say no to if that ever was the case? Like, I envy my show doing 300 plus views a week. I love it. If it ever did more than that, it would be a problem. I'm telling you. And back to Could Have Been Love. I love White Chocolate. White Chocolate. He just eliminated White Chocolate.
Why?
And that's funny. We were talking about the archetype of women. They got her up out of here because they said she wasn't doing nothing. But there's some women, they ain't got to do shit.
Okay. Realistically, she was the most normal one on there.
She was normal because she wasn't doing all the antics and shit. And that's why they got her up out of here. But she was the best looking girl on there.
Was it the ass or was it the face? Be real.
She looked good.
Too. Was it the ass?
She looked good.
Okay. It was the ass.
She looked good.
I just said ass.
And I'm sad
times.
she's gone because she looked good. And yeah, but no, we can move on.
I can be your white chocolate.
Oh my God.
I love it.
I have to
I'm not gonna drop it.
I'm not gonna settle down until I'm like 40.
She's pretty.
You know that, right?
Yeah, she is.
I'm not gonna settle down. Being with me is a very bad idea. I'm telling you. It's not good. It's not good. I get very, like I said, I get very, I'm very like, not demanding, but I want to say for the pod narrative, this isn't actually me, but I think it'll start a real good conversation. I get very possessive about my women. Possessive.
Like toxic.
Yeah. I wouldn't call it toxic. I would just be like, we're a team. I lead. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people have a problem with that. Yeah. A lot of people have a problem with that. But no, you're right. A lot of people have a problem with that.
I mean, if that were the case, I would just say you're looking for a more traditional woman.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
There are women out there who want that.
Yeah, for sure.
But
he doesn't believe it.
I can't even imagine that, like, a spouse of mine. Like, I can't even imagine the whole house and kids stuff. I cannot even imagine it. And it's not something that I'm like worried about. I think that it's okay not to go that route. Mm-hmm. But I think I get a lot done just being by myself.
I never had the ambitions of getting, not to discord,
mm-hmm.
marriage.
Yeah, I never was the girl that imagined my wedding or mm-hmm. looked at dresses or really even thought about having kids. I never mm-hmm. did that.
Guys do that.
Well, good for them. But I think if you were to ever be with a person that made you feel all of the right things,
yeah,
feelings.
That image.
Here we go again with the feelings.
You're a human. You have them.
Okay. If you say so.
I think that your view and like being able to imagine it would change because I didn't feel that way until I was with someone that I could imagine that with.
Right.
Every relationship I ever had fell in my lap. I'm not like the normal guy that like is predatory when it comes to women. You know what I mean? So with that in mind, things will escalate and be how they are. I don't have to work for it. It shouldn't be a job. It shouldn't be like for me personally. I know a lot of people don't feel like that. But what I've learned from my 2 relationships, it's only been 2.
I don't think that that's a bad thing.
No,
it's only
been 2.
Yeah,
it's only been 2 in my late 20s. But what I learned from them was you're not responsible for everything. You can't allow someone to put all of that, put that wager on you just for you to fail, like we talked about, like putting people in a position to kind of fail you. So being older and being an adult, I know that I hold up my end of the deal, and then your significant other should attempt at least to hold up theirs.
When you say fell in your lap, what do you mean by that?
I'm a different archetype of man.
Do you think that
we talk about the archetype of women, but I'm a different archetype of man in general.
We can get into that. Do you think that you like got into these relationships like by feeling like you were supposed to because these women were around you?
No, men control relationship and women control sex. Do you guys agree with that? When it comes to like,
I get what you're saying.
Yes,
I do understand what you're saying.
That's like the best way to explain it. Like, women control the physical part of the relationship, and men control the label or the stand. How do I explain that? Control the label of the relationship. Let's say. So I want to be around people that respect me and appreciate me. Mm-hmm. But a lot of times in a relationship, for a man, you just the longer you're in the relationship, the more your significant other sees the chinks in your armor and they learn you more, right? So they play with those things. Like a woman's manipulation is not the same as a man's manipulation. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's all just human nature, right? It's not intentional manipulation. I mean, sometimes it is, but I just don't classify myself with the other 90% of men in how they deal with their women. You know, I'm like water. I like to be of assistance when need be, and not necessarily be a possession the same way I expect my woman to be my possession, which is only for the pod. That's not real. You know, it's not. It's I don't know.
The narrative you're going with the pod sounds like
I gotta
not
protect,
a partnership.
I gotta protect myself. I gotta protect myself at all costs, especially on a pod. But it's not a partnership. I don't believe in that. I don't.
A relationship?
Yeah. I don't believe in a partnership.
I don't want to date you anymore.
I told you. I told you.
I'm like, something doesn't
Well, it's just
seem
because
right.
then what is a relationship to you? I mean, why would you have ever gotten into one?
It's for the greater good. I've had conversations with women that think they're more important than their kids are.
That's kind of fucked up.
That's wrong, right?
Yeah.
But to us, that's wrong. But to them, they're completely okay with
that is very
risking their family. That's
is.
really it's risking their family over their own happiness.
Well, those people are unhealthy.
Bruh, tell me about it.
That is narcissism.
Tell me about it.
I think my new lifelong goal, he's going to hate that I say this, but it's going to be to find Hatch the woman. That just changes everything he just said.
I think there's somebody out there, but like I said, a girl in my life at the beginning of our relationship is completely different than 8, 7, 9 months after.
Well, that's for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
I don't think that I just ended, or I didn't end it, but I don't think that I just left a relationship with the same man that I met 2.5 years ago.
Right.
And the concept of betting, quote unquote, on a human being is very tricky and tough.
You look at it as betting. I'm trusting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm believing you.
Yeah.
I'm believing you.
Until you're not. Until you don't. Like there'll be a moment
maybe
where
until you're given a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why I know people that are very religious that live by their religion, and it works that way. You know, it works that way because there's like a other force. Nowadays, that's not really like a big staple in most people's households. I don't think.
I think it's way less common.
Yeah, less common. But I think if anybody's gonna get to that finish line with that in their relationship like that, that has to be a thing because forgiveness is so important, you know. And everybody makes mistakes, and then everybody knows about the business. Not even when I'm in a relationship with a woman, there's an X factor to that relationship that I have no control over. The woman's influences, her parents, her girlfriends, her family. If you don't find somebody with like a tight knit thing, you can learn a lot about a woman from her relationship with her father. All that shit you should be in consideration about. So me, like 35 to 40, I could look around, but I'm not even worried about that shit right now.
Well, you don't have to be worried about it. I just don't think you should be closed off to it.
I'm not closed off. I'm not closed off. No. Like I said, water. Like I said, water. I'm willing to receive what the universe has in store for me. But as of right now, I'm spending 20 plus days on the road, 2 days at home,